Me, I'm always being led to things I need to see, all the time. In the creation of my life, I co-create with my guides in order to bring information to you. I described my process in my own education and I came across a huge puzzle piece this morning. I personally believe we all work together in this process, no one works alone. David R. posted a video with a guest who knows and lives constitutional law, the laws that the Founding Fathers of America along with Saint Germain's help instituted upon the inception of the United States of America. What this guest named Paul and this guy is a dynamo, made clear is that constitutional law aligns with universal law. Right now corporate law or maritime law is being practiced and that has nothing to do with your rights, particularly your God-given rights to freedom and self-determination. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this video because there are people either opposing this message or people not ready to hear it. I feel sorry for you. Channeling Ashtar Sheran is only as controversial as mentioning Mr. T these days and I'll be doing both. All I can say is, congratulations, you guys have another 26,000 years to change your mind, so don't let this message panic you. As for the ones who are ready to hear it, these are the next steps, reinstituting constitutional law, and it's not anything near what you'd think it is. Ashtar, yes, Sheran. Hello everyone. Yes, it's not what you think it is. How can you understand constitutional law or the law of freedoms, universal laws, when you've never experienced it or have used it without realizing you were? The system that you work within, we have pointed out to you, is a financial system and the entire point of it is monetary gain. If you are not rich, then assume you are one of the ones doing the giving, not the taking. The system is based upon exploitation of the people of Earth, particularly children. Now, what is happening on this earth right now, but particularly in America, is the reintroduction of constitutional law, which is based upon universal law. The gentleman in the video defines it very clearly and I do recommend you listen to what he has to say. You have been incorporated from the very day you were born, you became an asset in the system. You have been bought and sold, traded for the very potential you have to make someone else rich. Yes, and it was pointed out that on government documents your name is always printed in capitals because this is part of the incorporation, the embodiment of you into the system. How do you make others rich, you ask? By the taxes you pay, by the amount you earn, the amount you purchase and the amount you pay out in taxes particularly. Your bank accounts earn profits which you see nothing of, instead you are made to pay for use of the ATMs which cover banking salaries and so forth. The unseen monies are then paid off to your owners. Yes, your owners. Me, creepy. Ashtar, indeed, Sheran, but none of you were any the wiser. The person who owns 2 cars is then double of value of the person who has 1 car. The more they drive and the bigger the car's engine, the more the American dollar will be buoyed. The economy car, such as yours Sheran, is not that valuable, hence your net worth is less to the powers that be. Records of your expenditures, your purchases, are collected and are available to anyone who wishes to purchase you or others from your country. Me, super creepy. Ashtar, so constitutional law, which aligns with universal law, dispenses with all of this. These laws recognize you as being a sovereign person and in charge of your own identity and your own life, your own possessions and so forth. It sees you as being self-responsible and responsible to others. Me, yes, I keep saying there's freedom and responsibility, but few believe me. They mistake freedom for escapism. So, Ashtar, will we see many of the money-making institutions being dispensed with? Such as taxation organizations? Ashtar, yes, they will be. Upon reinstitution of the Constitution, Mr. T will be the next constitutional president after a hiatus of 200+ years. He will be in charge of dismantling the corporate American system. There will still be a financial system in place, but this system will be more benevolent to Americans and will continue until such time they are ready to disband it and work on other terms. The work isn't over yet, my dears. Not at all. And yes, Mr. T is a Jesuit. He is part of the system that wanted to allow for free people in North America, and he has been working as many of his ancestors have for years in order to free the people of America and ultimately the world again. The Jesuits recognize universal law. They are an old religious order that worked with universal law and had knowledge of alchemy. The Jesuits were suppressed in Europe and fled to America in order to start their own colony, a colony of free men. Of course they were infiltrated 100 years later and the rest is history. Me, I'm just wondering, Ashtar, why they would do this instead of trying to take us over themselves and exploit us themselves. Is this part of a retaliation strategy against the Rothschilds or just a look and see what we can do kind of thing? Ashtar, they are people of a higher order, Sheran. They are the families of light that I have spoken of. To see their brethren restricted and exploited as they have has hurt them. Those who practice law of one as the Jesuits do understand that to free yourself all must be free as well. In the beginning, of course, they will still profit from the system at hand. The entire system will not be dissolved immediately. People will still go to work and moguls will continue to profit, however there will be less suffering on the part of the people. Me, aha. Thank you for that, Ashtar. LOL, I feel sorry for them having to fight for 200 years to practice law of one openly on this planet. Nothing is lonelier than those who understand it, even rudimentally, who are aggressively confronted by dualistic thinkers. As for the moguls still making money off of your sweat, folks, that system isn't going to disappear until we learn to live without money. Money is an institutionalized tool that holds a lower frequency. People in the galaxy don't use it because they're of higher frequency than financial systems are. However, the Jesuits are obviously not beyond profiting. They're not martyrs, they're still human. So it seems like they still want to make money and get rich, but in a system that's improved from the system we have now, correct? Ashtar, yes, that's correct. Rome wasn't built in a day, it's said. And of course, as the people grow, life on earth will take on an ever-increasing freedom. As you come to understand more of what God's freedom is, the more you will embody it. Me, it seems counterintuitive to have a financial system where people go to work with governments that honor the law of one, but you can't change everything in a flash. It will continue to change as people evolve and become more like their galactic brethren. Ashtar, you've been talking to Ivo, who tells you what life is like on your home planet, so you don't understand law of one living as being possible with the dualistic system you're in now, the money-earning system, but then Earth has to transition, Sheran. What happens on Eltaron is not possible yet for most people on Earth. You have to change and evolve to that point. Remember, the people of Eltaron are millions of years ahead of Earth's consciousness now. As for you, you're making that shift and you remember life there as one of never having to carry a wallet. You know how to live that way already. Those who do tend to find living on Earth very limiting, in fact. Me, yes, true. Ashtar, now you are being led to this point in time, the point in time where the corporate bandits are being overthrown. You are only beginning to understand what true freedom is, and it will take time before you fully understand again what it's like to be a sovereign individual in a collective system, the same freedom we in the universe experience under the law of one. You will be taught. We will be here to help you, but you will take your collective power back and begin to stand in your own rights. This shift is already starting and there is no stopping it now. In future you will be driving your own system with little need to be governed by anyone. It will be the people's system, not one of ownership. Adonai. Ashtar.